And welcome back to Nifty Media, guys. Another day, another vlog. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite YouTubers. Some of the guys that I think are like the legends, some of the guys that inspired me to start it, and I think you'll be quite surprised. They're not all the most commercial guys, but often, you know, it's actually about what you can relate to. So one of the first guys that I've watched quite religiously, and I think everybody knows him, he's one of the biggest guys, TJHUNT. I'll put his little thing up here. TJHUNT's been a big inspiration for me. I can see where he started. I remember the days where he was driving around his BRZ and he sticker bombed his bumper, which is probably like one of the most cringy things you could have done. But you know what I mean, it's part of it. You have to start off somewhere. And I must say, he was a real inspiration. He showed that, you know, you can start out somewhere with passion and just keep going, and kind of after a while people will latch on, you know what I mean? Like, I think he got a lot of partnerships up with people. He met the guys from Throttle, which I thought was super cool. But at the same time, I think it's just his passion that pushed through and that made him where he is today, you know what I mean? And me as a subscriber, watching that, it was very inspiring, and I got a lot of knowledge, I must say. Like, just starting out, doing everything you can, just being yourself, that was one of the things, you know. He's got a motto as well. I'm not really sure, can't remember it right now, but he's got a motto as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, TJHUNT, he's gone quite crazy, I must say. He's doing some big builds now, but remember, he didn't start out like that. He started out with BRZ was the time that I latched on, and that was when I first saw his videos, was when they were doing stuff with the BRZ, and I think it was Calvin's garage. I think it was Calvin's home garage that they started out, which I thought was very cool. And then they did the first headers on the BRZs. And then I remember Calvin's body kit taking forever to finish. So it just shows, you know what I mean? Be yourself, and people often see more in it than you think, you know what I mean? Like, they probably didn't expect people to relate as much as people did. So yeah, that's the first YouTuber that inspired me. And then there was another set of guys which really inspired me a lot. It was the Eliminator Crew. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Eliminate. I'll put their stuff up here as well. Randy and the guys, they really were legends. I also remember when they all lived in one house and they painted one of the, I think it was an S14 or S13, it was a JDM car. I'm not really the best with JDM cars, but they painted it with a roller and paint. Like, that's legendary. I mean, obviously, like, once again, not the perfect thing to do, but you know, they were starting out, they were just being themselves, they were taking chances, they were doing some crazy stuff, and yeah, everyone could relate to that. Everyone could relate to, you know what, how do you get your car looking good? And actually, they finished it off and it actually didn't look bad. But years later, obviously, they repainted it and all that stuff. But that was one of the ground-breaking episodes that I watched on their channel that made me realize, you know what, you just have to be yourself. You just have to do what you want to do, and whoever likes it, whoever doesn't like it, you know what, it's their own thing. It's like that in life, you know, you can't please everybody. But yeah, the Eliminator Crew are amazing. I must say, like, them opening their own warehouse with all friends doing their own cars, that was a very big thing for me, because that's kind of like Fast and Furious dreams, you know. That's like the kind of dreams that, like, I think every car enthusiast has, is having a warehouse, being able to modify and customize your cars and build your cars with your friends in your own workspace, which I think is a really cool thing to do. But yeah, the Eliminate guys, and I think the thing that I liked about the Eliminate Crew is that they're all individual, and you could definitely see that there was some of them that were like me, very shy, very chilled, and then there was the crazy Randy that's like, you know, like rambunctious and goes mad. But the thing is, they were all a team, you know what I mean? You couldn't take any one of their guys away and expect the team to work properly. Like, you could definitely see, and one of the recent videos that I've watched on their channel, Randy and the crew actually, they came back and they were like, you know what, guys, we want to do the old style vlogging again, which was the vlogging that I remember, the vlogging that made me feel a part of it and excited to watch their videos every day. And like, I remember watching those videos and I was like, wow, you know, like, this is really cool, and I wish I could have like something like that one day. So yeah, the Eliminate Crew, those are the second guys that really inspired me. Obviously Adam Z and those guys, they were very fun to watch. but I didn't really latch onto the Adam LZ thing very much. So him starting out with the 3 series, the 335i, I think, just wasn't quite. I didn't latch on as much as I did to TJHUNT and to Eliminate, which I thought was quite shocking because a lot of other guys did. But that's just me, my opinion. One of the local guys that I also started watching from the start was Latex Customs. And me being a local Stellenbosch kind of car enthusiast, seeing Latex Customs at petrol stations. I actually once saw him at a petrol station when he first started, and I shouted out like, "Yo, Latex Customs!" And the dude didn't even recognize me. He didn't even turn around. But I think that was just that was when he first started. I don't think he even heard me. But it was at a petrol station in Stellenbosch. And seeing that as well, he started a while before, and I remember meeting him at one or two meets. It made me realize that, you know what, let's just go for it. Like, don't worry about what anybody thinks and says, just go for it, man. If you have a dream and you have a passion, other people will support it no matter what. Well, so I just opened up the roof here. So anyway, it's okay, close the roof. Okay, cool. So yeah, just realized, you know, you just have to go for it. You just have to do it. And he's definitely got a big following, I must say. He does some cool stuff on Hondas, and I think he's into the restoring game, where, you know, you restore a Honda, make it look fancy, and then sell it, which I think is quite a, you know, it's admirable. I must say, it's very cool. It's very cool watching his videos. But there's numerous other guys that also inspired me a lot. Like another YouTube channel that I watched quite religiously that taught me a lot about cars was Donut Media. I don't know if anybody's watched Donut Media. They're very knowledgeable about cars, and their style of filming is very fun and entertaining, but at the same time it's very factual. So you get cool facts about things that you didn't really know about cars and companies and how they were built and stuff like that, which I thought was a very cool way of explaining cars, because most car channels that are, say, history or explaining about cars are very stiff, and it's always like, you know, today in this year this car was built. No, Donut Media's got like cartoon characters going, they've got funny facts about it. I think that was a very cool channel that I used to watch. But then again, I mean, all those channels that I mentioned were pretty much all based on groups of friends doing YouTube channels, or groups of people doing YouTube channels and making it big. And then there's another guy, which for me was, he's an absolute legend. And there's a reason why his media brand is called Legend Media. Because Dustin Williams, he's one of the guys that made me realize that you just have to go for it by yourself. If no one else is there to do it, just take your camera and go for it. You don't have to worry about anything else. You can do it alone, just like he pretty much did. I mean, the man built up an empire from the ground up by himself, and I admire that 100%. I've watched all his videos. I've watched his videos from when he did his WRX in his parents' garage, all the way through to that car being crashed, through to him getting GTR, all the way to the Z. So yeah, I've seen him also go through different phases as a YouTuber, and me being the subscriber watching, and it just sparked that thing saying, you know what, you have to do it. I have to just do it. And that's why I created Nifty Media. I created Nifty Media because I'm passionately excited, and I'm a car enthusiast that pretty much is a fan. I'm just a big fan of cars, car YouTubers, and everything they do, and pretty much I want to be one because I just admire them, and they spark something inside me that makes me want to be there and want to do that. And I must say, it's difficult. A lot of people think that it's easy. It's not. I must say it's very difficult. There's some new YouTubers that I've recently met and linked up with, like Tristan Fourie and Mac Media. And those guys, they were very real about it. I mean, those guys have definitely also worked really hard over a few years and made a good, strong following. And being able to meet them and go on their breakfast runs was actually cool, because it shows that, you know, that it's very difficult, but if you put in the hard work and you keep going and you have consistency, it can definitely pay off. Definitely. And don't fear it. Like, that was one of the things that Tristan Fourie and then said, don't fear anything, just go for it. Which which I think was very cool. But yeah, why don't you guys join me quickly? Let's go and get my haircut, and then I'll tell you guys a little bit more about some more YouTubers that inspired me to start. I'm in the mall on my way to get my haircut. See you guys in 5. Okay, back on track. Welcome back. Okay, cool. So, haircut, feeling fresh, back on track. New for new day. So, back to talking about YouTubers that inspired me and got me to do what I'm doing. Sorry, I said that a little bit. Okay, anyway. Fast brew. Quite fast brew. Haircut, so we're feeling better. Feeling like a champ again. You know. Okay, anyway, back on track. So, YouTubers that inspired me to do what I'm doing and to get me doing what I'm doing. So I've spoken about TJHUNT, I've spoken about Eliminate, I've spoken about Donut Media, I've spoken about Dustin Williams, and then, yeah, I can tell you guys another story. Okay, so one of the other YouTubers that was quite cool was back a few years ago. I was lucky enough to, be part of a kind of event where we held the first indoor stance event in Stellenbosch with Steady's Honda Owners Crew and Nifty Media and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really cool. And one of the YouTubers that came and covered our event, which we thought was quite, I thought it was quite cool, was Nostalgic. I don't know if anybody knows Nostalgic. I think you guys all should know his name. He's one of the legends at the moment. He was one of the ones you can check on his channel, Aid Out, on his page, Aid Out event or car show. That was the car show that I hosted, and I was one of the judges. So yeah, him reviewing the car show was pretty freaking cool, because it also showed that what we were doing was cool enough for people to want to come and review it and check it out and actually want to be part of it, which I thought was really cool. And he took some cool cinematics of his little white Honda Civic, and at that time it had air suspension and everything, and he took some cool cinematics and stuff, and it was very nice talking to him, because that time he wasn't that famous yet. And it was really cool and inspiring to see the hard work that they put in, and also to see what behind the scenes, what it takes, what actually young YouTubers do. You know what I mean? Like, people just think we just point the camera and shoot. It's more to that, you know. It's about finding location, seeing if the scenery's right, if there's music, copyright music, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot more to it. So I just want to send a shout out to every single YouTuber that I've mentioned in this video. You guys are legends. You guys are the ones that made me start my own YouTube channel. You guys are the ones that inspired Nifty Media to start. I just want to say thank you. And me being one of you guys, or hopefully one day being classified as automotive YouTuber, it doesn't stop me from watching all your videos every day, liking, subscribing, and just being a fan like I normally am, because that's the main reason why I started, was just because I'm a fan, and I think what you guys do is awesome, and I hope that and I wish that I can do what you guys do. Until next time, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Cheers.